Hey, it's Tank Thompson here with a review and first impression on episode 1 of Barakamon, what looks to be a very promising slice of life this season. Anyway, let's get right into it. So the episode starts off with what seems to be our main character. Picking up a big paintbrush and painting some words on a giant piece of poster board on the wall. After that happens, it cuts away to a calligraphy hall, where it showcases people's works of calligraphy. And the director of the hall is looking at our main character's calligraphy and saying that it's mediocre. And there's one thing they said, I think it's like the writing books or something. It's like the drawing book, what it looks like. And that apparently sets the main character off, our main character off, and he just throws a big Sharkeisha punch. After all that unfolds, our opening plays, and I must note that it is a pretty good opening. After that happens, we find our character getting off at an airport and some island outside of Tokyo, off the shore of Tokyo, I think. He's just arriving. His father told him to go there so he could find out what it means to be like a calligrapher and reflect on what he did to that old man, because he did not want to apologize. The bus only comes once a day in that town, so he didn't get a ride from the bus. An old man that lives in a town he's going to be moving to, or a village, he gives him a ride on it. I think it was his tractor. He gives him a ride on his tractor while he's speaking to him in a different dialect, because the main character couldn't understand him. He kept saying, "I can't understand you." He's like, "What? Huh?" I have scissors in my hand. I don't know why. He's like, "Huh?" And then after the old man on the tractor finishes giving him a ride, he could only take him a certain distance because his farm was nearby. The character gets off there, and he starts walking to the house that I think he rented it out. I can't remember. It's either his father bought it or he rented it out or something. Before he gets there, people were moving his stuff. The movers brought all his stuff to his front door, and he arrived just as they're knocking on his door. And he asked them if he could get some moving that stuff in, and that moving person says, "Our company does not do that. I'm sorry. Good day." And then the main character says, "The customer service lacks when there's no competition." And I guess it does. So one of my favorite parts of the episode is when the landlord shows up behind him and he shows him to his house. He opens the door for him because he had difficulty opening the door. And he looks inside, and all you see is some poker chips. It's an empty house, but it has some poker chips, some cards, some chips, a soda, and a radio playing. He's like, "Are you sure no one lives here?" And he's like, and the landlord or the village head says, "Oh, no one lives here." He's like, "It feels strangely lived in somehow." And I'm like, somehow? There's freaking chips and open chips and sodas and stuff in your house, and it somehow feels used? And as this happening, these two high school or middle school girls, schoolgirls, are sneaking out the back of the house and telling the village, head of the village, to be quiet while they escape. After all that happened, yada yada yada, he moves in. He finds a little girl underneath one of his cabinets, which is also our other main character, what looks like from the poster. And she's just knockout hilarious. What she says he's a Jumon boy. I don't know what the heck a Jumon boy is. I think it was Jumon. Yeah, Jumon boy. I don't know what the heck a Jumon boy is, but from what it sounds like, it sounds hilarious. And the main character is just hilarious. He keeps throwing her out. She keeps finding her way back in. He locks the door. She just finds her way back in somehow. And the way he throws her out, and she just goes in a comedical way. It's hilarious to see. After that, him and the little girl get to know each other a little bit, I guess you could say. He says they introduce themselves. They say their names. he writes down his calligraphy. He does some calligraphy. He crumples it up and then throws it at her and leaves. But she rewrites it. And while he's walking away, she said, "Here, I redid it for you." He's like, "Oh, that must have been hard." But he's like, but she says, "Oh no, you write just like," she said the exact thing that director said. "You write just like in the books, something books." I forgot what kind of book it is, but something book. I know that. And he throws her into a lake. She climbs back up and throws him in too. So at the end of the episode, all the villagers get around to help him move in and such. Some nice villagers, by the way. Helping not many people move into their village, so they try to be as, hostile, no, not hostile, hospitable, I think, as they can be, to help him feel comfortable in his new environment. And just after that, the main character gets happy, does some calligraphy, and then end the episode. For my rating, I'm gonna have to give this episode an 8 out of 10. This was a very entertaining episode. I did have a lot of laughs in there throughout the whole episode. My favorite part was when the I don't know what her name is, but that little girl was introduced. I really like that. I think she'll be a good character. What I think this story show is gonna go towards is probably him getting to know, or getting better at his calligraphy through seeing the things like the beauty of life that life has to offer and such like that. Because he looks at a sunset, and he realizes that this world is more beautiful than he thought it was. Yeah, this is the end of my review and first impressions for episode 1 of Barakamon. Like down below if you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching. I will see you later in more reviews, and bye.